Imagine it's a game with a quest and you've just ticked it off. Isn't that like so satisfying? This is so good. You can practice like so many IRL situations without going IRL. I'm so impressed by this. This is like exactly what I need. Yahoo! My name is Ebi. Welcome back to my channel. I've been making content about life in Japan and studying Japanese, and in today's video I'm going to tell you how you can learn Japanese using this app called Bunpo, who are sponsoring this video, and I'm so excited because Bunpo is actually such a good app. Just as an introduction, what I really like about Bunpo is it doesn't matter what level you're at. You can be at 0 Japanese, or like me, I'm upper intermediate and I still have a lot to learn from the app. And you can be just interested to learn for traveling Japan, or you can be a JLPT taker or any of those, and it's still good for you. By the way, I'm going to timestamp the video, so if you only care about certain sections of the features and like you already know hiragana, then you can just skip ahead. Okay, let's start from the very beginning, and let's say you don't know any Japanese. The first thing you're gonna want to do is learn the alphabet. It tells you all the different courses. So the first course is for very basic, and then I love how it's organized in JLPT. I know not everyone wants to take it, but learning a whole language, it's crazy. Like, what do you learn first, right? But with JLPT, even if you don't plan on taking it, it's a very good systemized way to know how to level up in your words. So let's start with the alphabet, hiragana. So I've done the first 2 lessons, and let's do the 3rd lesson together. The way that these lessons work is at the beginning, they explain everything to you in English, and you can listen to it, which is super important for pronunciation. Then it gives you some example words, and then we get to the tracing part. I think this is super useful. I would personally get a notebook and write it down as well, but this is fun. Let's do katakana because I haven't done any of the lessons yet. If you can see, there's so many lessons, and it's because they're all really bite-sized and it makes it digestible for you to learn. Learn one lesson and then you are able to review them later on. So you don't learn all of the katakana, the whole alphabet at once. And what's good about them is that it has a lot of detailed explanations. So if you go into the first lesson, it explains it in English first. So katakana is the second alphabet in Japanese. It looks like this. It's stick-like with straight lines. Hiragana is more curved. I'm not going to read all of them for you. You can do this in your own time when you download the app. So yeah, it's got detailed explanations. Now we're learning the first word or first character already. And then it's so good because you can just press it. The way that it makes you remember it is there's like different ways that they ask you. So this one is choose the right character for e, and then I choose the letter e. E. Don't you love the sound? It's like ooh. And now this is a different exercise to match the pairs. Speedrunning it. But there we go, 100%, let's go. It ticks it off. Like, imagine it's a game with a quest and you've just ticked it off. Isn't that like so satisfying? That's why, even though I already know all of these things, I was just trying to tick them off because it was like pretty satisfying. What I'm actually studying right now, it should be N2. It's not as fun because it's harder, but you know, that's how language learning works. Moving on to the next part. After you do the lessons, you go into the practice session. It says I have 31 items for review. In this practice feature, it's basically spaced repetition. And if you've watched my other videos before, I talk about spaced repetition. It is literally the best way to learn anything. To remember anything. It's like the fastest way to get anything into your short-term memory and then into your long-term memory, because the way that it works is it's spaced at the right amount of time, like just before your brain forgets it. And so this is amazing. Sorry, so the things that I'm reviewing, there's some like N2 stuff. How do you say nisai shite on the occasion of? There we go. Ka naika no uchi ni. Wow. Oh, just barely. Damn, I'm gonna practice more. In the top right, you can turn on and off the furigana. So I like to turn it off. Romaji is kind of cheating, so I would turn it off if I were you. Back to this. Let's say that you already did the first course and then you go into JLPT. And this is what the app was originally like, just this. But what I love about it is this dialogue function. So once you got a bit of words under your belt and you understand how grammar works, dialogue is where you can practice speaking or like making sentences. What I love about it is it kind of sets out a script for you. If you are like me, you don't really know how to start a conversation, it's like a skill issue. Yeah, I don't know what to say, and that's part of why it's hard to practice Japanese for me. Let's do this beginner dialogue together. Morning with your host mother. So it tells me that we're talking to my host mother, and the challenge is to tell the plans for today and tell them when I'm coming home. Okay, let's start. I love this because you can hear the pronunciation. Okay, what do I say? Ohayo. Ohayo. And also in the top right, you can check what you're supposed to say. So I'm supposed to tell her my plans for today. 今日の予定は動画を作ることです。 today I am making a video. She's like, what time are you returning home? Maybe I'm out at school making this video. What time will I come back? Shichiji ni kaerimasu. There, we ended the whole conversation. Sweet. And this is my favorite part. So now that we've done the conversation, my biggest insecurity with Japanese is like, yes, they understood me, but did my conversation make sense? And here they check every single one of your sentences. It says correct, correct, correct. If there's something unnatural, then they'll fix it. Okay, I'm gonna do a different dialogue in beginner, but then I'll just deliberately get something wrong just to show you.
申し訳ありません。現金のみなんですけど。
現金持ってないので、さよなら. That's so weird to say. Okay, it's gonna correct me now. This is so good. You can practice like so many IRL situations without going IRL. Almost correct. Your sentence is understandable, but it would be more natural to say bento to nomimono wo kaitai desu. Ah, I was missing a particle. Okay. I spelled credito cardo wrong, I think. Yeah. That's it. And then the last one, I think they'll tell me not to say sayonara. Sayonara is too formal, not typically used in this context. This is so good. Instead, you can say sumimasen, genkin motte inai node, mata kondo. That's so good. I'm so impressed by this. This is like exactly what I need. One of my problems with studying Japanese is when I'm understandable, Japanese people won't correct me because they're too polite, even with Japanese teachers sometimes. All right, so that is the dialogue function. I'm obsessed. Okay, AI tutor. Sometimes I have questions and then I can just ask the AI tutor. I'm pretty sure you can see my history here. So the first question I asked is, what's the difference between gohan and kome? Because they taught me kome as rice and I was like, I know that it means rice, but why are they teaching me kome first instead of gohan? And then it explained it to me. So they both mean rice. And then they basically said gohan means meal or cooked rice, whereas kome means uncooked rice or like the rice grains. And that's such a good explanation. And then I was like, so why does Bunpo teach rice as kome first? And then it even explained to me like learning kome early on can help you with understanding menus, recipes, packaging labels, where the technical term for rice might be used, which is very valid. So I was like, oh, nice. Another thing I like about the AI tutor is that if you click the top right here, there's a bunch of mini games that you can go through. I haven't tried all of them. Oh, there's also a business section where you can do job interview. I like the translation one because it's quite simple, but it's fun to do. Let me try advanced. My bad. Can I go back to intermediate? I enjoy reading books in my free time. Dude, that's such a bad translation, but let him cook. Great effort. Okay, quite good, but it's not very natural. Oh, okay, so I should say 暇な時間に本を読むのが好きで、特にミステリー小説が好きです。なるほど. You can also ask an actual teacher here, but I've never needed to because the AI tutor is faster at responding. I think if you use the AI tutor, it takes up to a day to respond. Okay, finally let's go to Snap. Snap uses the camera. It can scan things in real life, also like a translator too, but better. What I like to use this for is in the mail, I just get things that I don't understand. Let's look up some song lyrics. So I've been obsessed with this song recently. Let me just take a picture of some of the words. Bunpo's preparing the answer. So they basically just turned the lyrics into text here, and I'll say, can you explain it in English? Because this is all Japanese. This is amazing. Sure, I can help with that. So the lyrics describe how the stars shine and the time it takes for their light to reach us, as well as how people support each other as they move forward. So they've basically analyzed the song lyrics and explained it instead of just translating the lyrics. It says, let me break it down for you. This is so good. Oh my goodness. I'm so amazed by this. I think this would be really good with homework questions, right? So this was an N1 JLPT question. It fully explains everything. The question is asking for this. Atarashi means new. Adarashi is incorrect. The kanji atarashi is not read this way. This is so thorough. Aradashi is also incorrect reading. The correct answer is atarashi because it is the standard reading for atarashi, meaning new. Yes, that is such a good answer. I like how when they teach you the words in the beginning, it tells you when some words are polite or casual, which is really important when you're a beginner. Like for example, if you learn from anime, maybe you only know casual, or if you learn from textbooks, you only know formal at the beginning, but I like how this teaches you both. So yeah, that's how I've been using Bunpo. I think in comparison to Duolingo, it's a lot better of a well-rounded app. It's a lot more structured in its approach. It's focusing on Bunpo, which is grammar, instead of gamification. You won't learn random sentences. The AI is super powerful. Like I said, I love the dialogue function. Definitely check it out if you're studying Japanese or if you want to. It's a great way to start, but also whatever level you're at. Even if you've passed N1, you still got stuff that you can learn from that. So yeah, I'm gonna put all the links in the description. It's available on both the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. I don't usually advertise my Discord. It's kind of like a secret community, but if you made it to the end of the video, feel free to join. There is a channel for Japanese studying. I'm gonna send a screenshot of me completing the challenges, okay? So we're all in this together. All right, see, and good luck with your studies.